Hi everyone. Some of you might remember last year I did a short series on different serial killers from around the world. They were only short, about 5 minutes each, but because of one of those videos, I had actually missed a second marriage of that serial killer. It was then that I had been contacted by the daughter of that serial killer, Joseph Paul Franklin, and with her permission, we did some interviews because I thought it would be a great perspective for a series to see how a child of a serial killer had been raised by letters and phone calls from prison. So I hope you enjoy this series, Death Row Dad, excerpts from the daughter of serial killer Joseph Paul Franklin. Hi guys, in this episode I talk more to Sierra about how her dad raised her from prison and the abuse that she had to go through growing up at the hands of her stepfather and her mother. But I was wondering, has anyone ever asked you this? How did your dad raise you from jail? Did you get to go visit him, or how did he raise you through letters?
My dad is so rough. Okay, you know when you're a strong-minded person?
Yep.
Okay, strong-minded, a strong-willed. Oh, just feel like this. You know how a man can manipulate and overrun a woman's mentally?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you know how a man can have that much power over a woman?
I do.
She's scared to leave, she won't go anywhere. Right. Well, yeah, and that's an abusive relationship, and it's toxic. But my dad was so mentally, he was strong, but he wasn't abusive. But he stayed in my mind, and he made sure that he stayed in my head.
Yeah.
And he kept in contact with me. I mean, the only thing that I had was, I could leave me school and I'd have a letter from my dad. I get one every 3 days. And, he write me and I write him right back. If he write me, I write. And this went on since I can remember. And I was so excited to get with my dad. Every time it just highlighted my day. And
that's nice for you. That's.
I remember he always told me, I knew he loved me.
Oh yeah, of course. I don't.
What to do?
Yeah.
He never told me to be racist. He did send me a check. I came back to see him twice.
Yeah.
But he always let me know that he didn't like them. But he never told me to. I don't know if he thought that I was.
Yeah.
They're not. I was scared to death to tell him, and I didn't ever tell him.
He kind of let you decide yourself for your.
Yeah, I couldn't be myself. Yeah, he didn't know me. He didn't know me. He didn't know me. I had to hide a lot of stuff from me in my head. When I was real young, I knew better to know what was going on in the house, because I knew that he loved me so much, and that he was lost in the cell when he didn't get out.
Yeah.
And I knew that if he knew what was going on, he would drive him crazy.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't really stop it, you know what I mean? And at that, I was so young, but I still had that much of awareness, and I did not want him to drive him crazy. So I never said a word about anything that went on. He really never asked. And I still believe it. Because I just didn't want to drive. I knew he was driving nuts. About 8 years old. I don't remember thinking about him like that. But if I would have knew then what I know now, I would have told him.
Yeah.
I would have fucking jumped when he said jump.
Yeah.
If I didn't know then what I know now, I would have told him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what would have been done, and I really don't care.
Yeah.
Because at that moment, I was stuck. And it was a sad situation. And I'm trying to protect him. When he could hold on, he could have protected me,
Yeah.
And,
well, that's what families would do.
But I never would. I didn't want to. I just did a sudden thought with him going crazy in a cell, and I always cry. And I wanted my daddy out so bad, because I knew he take care of me.
Yeah.
I mean, he might not, like, be there all the time, but I knew he wasn't gonna, like, hurt me.
Yeah.
And I knew that he would take care of me, like, feed me and give me the house, and I'd have clothes, and I'd have stuff I needed. And I wouldn't be neglected, and I wouldn't be around a bunch of dope heads, and I would not have no food in the house. You know, my brother would be getting beat all the time. Horrible nightmare, and I knew that my daddy would kill that son of a bitch if he knew what he was doing. And my dad, I remember that he used to get mad at Mom. I would be talking to him, and I guess he'd catch on or something. And all of a sudden, he'd say, "Put your mom on the phone."
Yeah.
I said, "Huh?" He said, "Put your mom on the phone." I said, "What?" He said, "Put your mother on the phone now." I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "Mom?" You know, I knew that wasn't good. I don't know what was said between them two, but it's like he called on to something. I must have let on. Yeah, I didn't mean to. And I was scared. I was like, afraid I said something wrong.
And then would your mom...
He called on to it anyway. I remember him being on the phone with her. My stepdad was there. And my cousin said, well, but Mom kind of not let me hear, but she's like trying to take up for kind of arguing, but not. No, that's not how it is, you know. And it's kind of like not fighting, but kind of like a begging type deal.
Yeah. And then when she
he would go off on her.
When she got off the phone to him, would she take it out on you?
No, but she made me quit. He got so hard on her. Like I remember that day when she quit, let me talk to him for a while.
Oh.
And,
how old were you?
I was gone. I don't even know.
Yeah.
You know, I thought my daddy just wasn't writing me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Mama wouldn't let me have contact with you.
Yeah.
But that didn't last very long, to say the least. And that was because of him.
It's interesting talking to you because a lot of people think, you know, your dad did bad things, so like that means he's all bad. But I think like a lot of people, everyone has good and bad in them, and that. But it's interesting to talk to you, talk about him as being like, you know, a good father. So that's more interesting to me than people keep spitting out the same old.
Right.
And
over,
so.
Over. And it's only it's ignorant. They
it is.
No freaking right.
I swear some people think you're going to go and do all the same things that your dad does. Ignorant people out there. You know?
Right.
I don't even know how you deal with that.
If I were you, I wouldn't sleep in the same house with her.
Yeah. I was like, that is ridiculous.
Okay, I take that to my dad. That's my fucking daddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's his name. Everybody's fucking got familiar with their parents.
Yeah.
I mean,
unless...
it don't mean I'm a fucking serial killer, dude.
No, that's right. And unless they've walked a mile in your shoes, they have no right to be making assumptions like that at all. That's why I want to talk to you.
Exactly. You know, my dad is my dad.
That's right.
My daddy raised me to figure out who does that.
Yeah.
You know, who is mentally strong enough, mentally capable enough to be in solitary confinement, locked up, knowing he's never getting out.
Mm-hmm.
He got a daughter out here in the free world. He done killed and murdered several young girls. Okay?
Yeah.
And he knows the danger. And now he's got grandkids. Okay? Granddaughters.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not out here to protect any of us. And he knows the dangers that I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's why he was so adamant he never would let up. Learning self-defense, carry a gun, use a knife, and I never knew when he would not let up. And now I know why.
Yeah.
Because I know. He knew that what I did. I have people threaten me all the time. And you know what? I said, I'll tell you what. I said, let me tell you something. I said, you bring your ass on over here. We'll see.
Yeah.
And I ain't got time for it. I don't intend to hurt anyone. I have no desire to hurt nobody. My dad, I told my dad one thing about my first husband. He beat me so bad, he dropped a bruise on me. Alright? Then he pulled like a big ass thing in my hair, pulled it straight from the roots out of my head.
Did you ever tell your dad about that?
Right, he beat me with a bruise. I told my dad about it, yeah.
What did he say?
I only ever done about it. He beat me with a bruise so bad, he broke it, and then he started beating me with both broke parts. I just broke all up down me.
What a piece of shit.
And my dad my dad wrote back. He said, "I'm so mad. I would think that your mother would have told you that you don't have to put up with that bullshit." He said, "You fucking police on her ass and get his ass locked up. And you do not have to put up with that."
Yeah, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
Exactly what he's going to do. He'd already busted me in the mouth and everything, called me fucking a whore. I was like, and she knew what he was doing, what he'd done, and what he was fixing to do. And I had two little brothers and sisters.
I don't think there's a lot of people out there who can separate Joseph, the serial killer, from Joseph, the father. That's the thing.
Oh man, he's a good guy.
You know, not a lot of people can separate that. They just lump it all in together. You know, like he did these bad things, so he must have been a bad father. You know, and that's what I want to. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So.
He was the best dad ever. He was a good husband. I mean, he did the right thing with my mom. He did better by her than anybody other big man she ever had. I mean, he took care of her financially, like a man's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
He married her. All right. He set her up in a house. He had her vehicle. He didn't have to worry about nothing. All right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, he teamed me. He took care of her. He robbed me. I don't care how he got his money.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did. And he made sure he could have robbed his bank, spent all that money on drugs and prostitutes. He didn't have to send mom nothing. That's what most men do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, I know what.
Most men, they take the whole goddamn paycheck and they go off with them whores all night and do dope and come home with nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you didn't have to do that. But he did. He took care of me. He took care of me. And he was a continuing. And he tried. He wanted me in a private school. No, he wanted me in a private school. Stayed on. He's angry I was going to school. He wanted me to be around black kids. Well, I wanted to go to a private school. You know why? Because my daddy wanted me to go, and my daddy loved me enough. He wanted something better for me.
Yeah.
I didn't think being around blacks was bad. I just thought he wanted me to have a better life. Thought that I was enough.
No, I get that. Yeah. Yep.
And that I was somebody. You see what I'm saying?
I can understand that. I know a lot of people can't, but I get it.
Everybody thinks I'm a nobody. And guess what? I can kiss my ass because I am not a nobody.
No, you're not.
And they're not going to do me that way. And I'm not ever going to accept it again.
Of course you're not a nobody. That's horrible.
It's not happening. I got family members got hands all over this place. And I set them straight up. And I let them know, hey, look, this is it. It's been 20 goddamn years y'all been tormenting me.
Yeah.
Words, by your actions. You've been trying to hurt me. By any freaking thing you can, you get enjoyment out of it. You're sadistic mother. I can't stand you. I said, I'm not, it's over with. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
You know, I said, it's over. It's done. I said, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I am not gonna. I don't deserve to be treated that way. I don't deserve to be talked to that way. And I'm not gonna accept it.
No.
You know, I used to say, I believe that I deserve it. I believe I was nothing. I believe everything they said.
It's so horrible. Oh, I'm so sorry that they let you believe that for a moment.
He always put me down, actually. Nothing was ever good enough for him. But it's only because he loved me, though. That's different than somebody talking about you because they don't give a shit about you.
Who doesn't even know you. Yeah. That's...
He would say it was mean, but he wasn't being mean. He was angry because he knew I could do better.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make you upset or anything, and, you know, we can... It's cathartic. It's cathartic.
Coming up in our last episode, I'll talk to Sierra more about her dad's death and how they spoke not long before he was given the lethal injection.